Hello, everyone. Nice. Welcome to our live on the topic of unveiling the power of human needs, deeper understanding of your why. And I am Dana. I'm the founder of Mumpreneurs UAE and a startup business coach. And today I am having as our guest Namita Malhotra. She's a mindful mentor, and she will talk to us. She will tell us about the human needs that we all have. And I'm very excited to hear about it. Before we do that, I just want to tell you that this is a recording session. We record it because tomorrow, when is our regular Facebook Live time, and when this will be aired, is I'm going to be traveling. So I want to keep a commitment on the time, and that's why we'll have recording. If you have any comments while you listen to this, please write it in the video comments, and Namita will respond to your questions. Namita is someone I've known for a while. She's a mompreneur, and we were discussing a few weeks back when she talking about the needs. So like, oh, that's something new. Oh, I don't know. I love to hear more about it. So then I invite her to be our guest today. Welcome, Namita.
Thank you, Dana. I'm grateful to you for giving me this opportunity, and hello to everyone out there who's listening to us today.
Wonderful, wonderful. Namita also has listened to many of our lives we had, so that's great. It's amazing that you are here today,
Thank you.
Namita. I'm not sure what to start with. I was like, six. Tell us about those needs. I'm really curious to know about that.
Well, all of us as human beings have a default setting of some basic human needs. And the six primary basic human needs that every human being has or experiences in this human form in our spiritual journey on this life is of love and connection. The second one being certainty. We all need and require some sense of certainty in our life, and variety. We easily find ourselves getting bored doing the same thing also. So we need variety in our life. The other one is growth and significance. And also, we all tend to have this desire to be seen, to be heard, and to be respected. Now, we see that happening in our lives in everything that we do, you know. And let's today talk about mothers, mompreneurs are mothers and entrepreneurs. So, how, as mothers, we fulfill these needs in our daily lives, and how, as entrepreneurs, we fulfill those needs in our lives. So, love and connection, everything that we do, just by being a mother, we fulfill that need of being significant in our children's life because we know they depend on us, and we take care of them. We form those loving bonds with them. And even as a means of certainty and security, just knowing, the child knows they can come back to you whenever they need something, and they're there for you, so that fulfills that need. And in any relationship, when more than one two of our needs are fulfilled, it's just we are glued to each other. And that's one tip for everybody. As entrepreneurs, we're always seeking new connections, seeking to make those love and bonding with our clients, our partners, our teammates. And when there is synergy, when there is connection, everything functions smoothly. Now, I think the question I see, there's a look of, questioning on your face,
Yeah.
Tana. I think the question is, why should we be aware of it, right? And how does it help us in, our daily life?
I
A,
before we go there, I like to make an acknowledgement, Namita. As entrepreneurs, I work from home. Now I'm traveling, but I work from home, and I'm just in my room, and I've
right?
done this for a long time, and I see connection. And I notice when women come to our events and they say, oh, they feel so good because they are feeling connected. So many of us work alone. So I feel the needs, like you say, is met in the motherhood, if I understand correctly, and also on entrepreneurship. So in different roles, what we have, the needs to be met.
Correct.
Would you say that?
I say that in everything that we do, we are actually trying to fulfill one of these needs,
All right.
right? Now, I did speak about the five needs before. There is another one which is a great need, which evolves and shows up only as we, as adults when we grow up in life, or all these needs are present in every human being in different degrees. The
Mm,
sixth need that I did not speak about earlier is the need for contribution.
all
Okay.
right.
Now that you brought out this aspect of how and what I do as a mompreneur, okay. As a mompreneur, thinking of your business, starting up your business, okay, why did you start that business? Because there was desire to grow, because there was desire to form that love and connection with other human beings, people. Let's take you as an example. I've often heard you say that you started this because you wanted to help other women achieve financial freedom, right? And that is a desire in a way to contribute, right? Impact somebody's life. And that is the need for contribution. Now everybody finds that this all these needs, we all have it in different degrees. People who require more certainty in life, they do the same thing. You'll notice that there are people who stick on to one job for 10 years, 12 years, 20, even 20 years.
Yeah.
There are others who are frequently changing.
Ah, yes, you're right.
And so the ones who are frequently changing, they have a high need for variety, and maybe
Mm,
some other needs are also not being fulfilled in their current role. Whereas those who require more certainty do the same thing. As mompreneurs, also as mothers and entrepreneurs, you see there are some entrepreneurs and business owners who have one business and they just grow that business and expand, and they'll put in all their energies in that area. So they
yeah.
are acquiring a sense of certainty, and they're requiring a sense of growth only in that area. Whereas there are others who want to have a diverse portfolio of many businesses. So their need for variety is also huge.
Okay. And
And yes,
I sorry. Now, is it because my need for certainty, because I'm the type of person who has that need more acute, or is it because I that certainty is filled in a different way? What makes me different? As because I recognize myself as the one with certainty. What makes me different, the one with variety? How come she has would be someone, because someone comes a mompreneur is Katayuna, I know she has multiple businesses. So what, how is that we are different? Can you explain?
yes. So that's a very good question. From a business owner's perspective, from an entrepreneur's perspective, from a mother's perspective, let me explain. So, somebody driven by a high sense of certainty, like you said, you are. And you'll find that most women who are driven by certainty, they're actually fulfilling that need by being entrepreneurs, because we are certain, we're sure of what we can expect, right? In a way, we are taking control of our own lives by being entrepreneurs, by making sure that this is what I am going to provide for my family, or striving for that growth. And this is what my day is going to look like. So I plan everything for my own business, I plan my own day, and I'm certain that this is going to happen, at least to a level that I can control, right? I mean,
Correct.
there
Yeah.
are obviously factors which we cannot control. Whereas uh, there are people who prefer to just work under somebody. There are other things also, that other characteristics of every human being which also come into play. But there are others who are happy just so how certainty looks and variety looks different for an entrepreneur, let me explain. Now for you, you have a structure to your day. Okay, you get up, you do the same things, you follow a certain pattern of doing things, and that's how you ensure certainty in your day. Whereas there are women entrepreneurs who just go by the flow. okay, I'll just get up and I plan my day. There is no need for me to plan my week ahead, right? There are others, who just take it every day as it comes. And you'll notice they're also entrepreneurs, but they are not the most organized one because their need for variety is high. So they just go by, okay, whatever comes my way, because I don't like a structure. I don't like, and there's nothing wrong in that. We are all different human beings with different degree of these needs in us. Their need for contribution is also more, but maybe the need for variety is so high that they do not like to follow a particular pattern or a set way of doing things. And like you said about Kiona, who has multiple businesses, so she likes variety. So even in her own one whole day where she's taking care of all those businesses, she's fulfilling that need of variety by checking in and doing different things and playing different roles in every business of hers, right? That's how variety and certainty are
Yeah.
both met in that, and that's why we feel fulfilled.
Yeah. Earlier, you were, thank you for clarifying. Earlier, you're saying this, why very important to know them. So, why is it important for us to know the needs that we have to be aware?
Right. So why it is important is uh, for self-awareness. Say supposing, my day is not going as I planned. It If I'm aware that I'm a person who likes certainty and I don't like this chaos in my life, I'll make sure with that awareness how I can plan better,
Yeah.
right? Or I'll ensure that the things that I want to happen a certain way, what else needs to happen in the background, so that I do not feel this disturbance. With that awareness, I can create those systems and put things in place, delegate more, or whatever, hold more. Either ways, it's my way of doing things, right? It's each one's way of doing things which is unique to them. And another way how it helps is for women who have big teams. You will notice that in your team players. And you will notice that when somebody gets upset, okay, it's also because their need for significance is not met, right?
Hmm.
How can you make it up for them later? Maybe you have to say what you have to say, but noticing that some people who have a high need for significance, and they may be your teammates, they will probably be upset for a very long time, right? So
Hmm.
how can you make up with that awareness? Or you have a team member who is driven by variety, right? And you ask them to do the same thing every day, they'll quit and go. So once you have that awareness of what needs we all have and how they're showing up in the team, you can delegate tasks accordingly and be more mindful about people's need also. And that ways you build stronger love and connection. That ways you bring in more certainty because you're also now more aware of other people's needs.
Yeah. All right.
And
So we covered that. Yes, you wanted to say?
I just wanted to add a tip here. On some days, like all of us go through this, some days are very good. We are in a flow state where we are doing things and everything is working out. And, we are absolutely on a high dose of dopamine being, infused into the body. But on the other days, there are some times when things are not working as planned. And because you asked me this question, why this will help, how it helps is to sit back, reflect, and ask which of my needs is not being met. Did
Hmm.
I just sit on my desk and work throughout the day without interacting with other people?
Mhm.
So I have not fulfilled my need for love and connection. Just make a phone call to a friend, talk, share,
Oh,
and fulfill that need. Okay. Or my need for variety may not have been met. Okay, maybe order some different food, and just fulfill the need for variety. Just go for a walk or do
yeah.
something that is different out of your routine.
Yeah. Great. So I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking, how do they feel when that need is not met? So connection. We said the need of connection, um, and let's see which one we haven't covered yet. So we cover connection, we cover contribution, we cover variety, we cover, is it security or how you call it?
Certainty and security comes hand in hand. So when I have certainty, I feel secure, right?
Okay.
When I know how my day is going to plan, so I feel secure. Growth. As
So,
mompreneurs, we're
okay.
always, when we're learning new things, we're expanding, we're teaching, we're sharing. Like for me, this is today fulfilling the need for growth because I'm doing something which I haven't done earlier. I'm making more love and connection with people who are going to be viewing our live telecast, or I mean even if it's a recorded one, so
Yeah.
it fulfills those need, it fulfills the need of contribution. I'm making people aware, so this is how we fulfill these needs. I had
Yeah.
a client who uh, was having a relationship issue, and as a mindful mentor and a change management facilitator, while I was helping her, she told me that she felt very offended when she came home and found a pan in which her partner had cooked or something left on the gas stove. Okay. Now she's somebody who's driven by this need for certainty, wants to see things happen in the manner that makes her comfortable. I made her realize that that is just a way of, because her partner is driven by variety, okay? And she also mentioned that he always wants to buy something. He's spendthrift, every few days he'll say, change this, change that. And she doesn't like it because she's a person driven by certainty, does not like to change her own surroundings. That makes her uncomfortable. Whereas her partner likes more variety. So, when she became aware of this, it was very helpful to understand and then find out alternate means and ways in which the need for variety she can fulfill in her husband or her
Yeah.
partner or a
Mm.
friend, and then you find out ways where you can do things together to fulfill that need of variety so that you can build more certainty in certain ways and talk
Yeah.
about it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how
That's
it
very
helps.
interesting. It reminds me of the language of love, how we are all different in the way we show love. So we are
Yes.
all, if I understand correctly, we are all different on the level of needs that we want. Where,
Yes.
is it?
We
Do we
all
come with different needs, or because they are met, we don't care much about them, and there are other needs who shows up? So, do you
we
understand what I
all
mean?
we all have these six basic needs within us as a default human setting. Okay, this is in our programming. Whereas the degree at which every individual needs them is different. And that's what
Ah,
makes us unique. You and I are different because, in the degree of that need, how
yeah,
we fulfill that is also unique.
yeah,
So that's, where a role of a change management facilitator or a mindful mentor comes in, where, I help them understand how those needs are showing up in their lives and how they can meet them differently if this is what is causing a
mm,
challenge or a problem, and
yeah,
how to make that relationship work by understanding those needs. Even for a small child, right? Even for a mother, like we are all talking about mompreneurs as a
yeah.
mother. Now all of us have experienced this. Then when we've had a difficult day at work, you go back home, you hug your child, and you feel little comfort in that feeling of just knowing, because your need for certainty is met. Your child is there irrespective of everything, that the chaos around you, he's there, your partner's there. You go, you hug the child, you are getting that dose of dopamine that comes in with that touch and the love and connection, the bond that is there between the two of you. And so that need is fulfilled, and your need for significance also is fulfilled, because you play a very significant role in your child's life, right? So when more than one need is fulfilled in any particular act, in whatever we do, we're like kind of, oh,
Yeah,
this works.
yeah.
Just in a happy
Yeah.
state.
So two questions come to my mind, and they bring us in two directions. I like to ask. In the coaching which I did in CTI, we say that fulfillment comes from when we are in line with the life purpose, and when we are in line, living in line with our sorry, when we are living in line with our values, and we are bringing our life purpose.
Right.
Now, would you say, from this perspective or needs, would you say that we feel fulfilled when our needs are met?
actually, though they seem separate to somebody who does not understand it very clearly, they're actually one. Your life purpose, when we talk about the why in coaching, as you said, right? Why am I doing what am I doing? Is always driven to meet a certain need. Now, why you're doing is because, as we spoke about it earlier, you said you felt this need, that you wanted to be financially independent, right? You wanted to create that space for other women also to experience financial freedom, and so you decided to be a business coach for startups, right? Women mother
Right.
entrepreneurs, because you also feel that, you want to empower other women. Now you see
Yeah.
how you, this is your why of what you're doing. You're living your purpose, but you're fulfilling the need within. Not everybody is wanting to be a business coach, because you look at it differently. That is your why. But what are the basic needs you're fulfilling through this? You're building more love and connection. You're making sure that you have certainty and security in your own life. You're contributing to other people's life by helping them grow and helping empowering them also to achieve the same thing that you have achieved, right, for yourself. So you're actually fulfilling the basic human needs. Everybody's why may be different, but they may be fulfilling one or the other of the needs. Now, let's say, for example, celebrities and politicians, okay? They're also living their life purpose in a different way. Their need for significance versus ours, mine and yours, is very different. Their need for significance is way, way, way higher than mine and yours. For them, I mean, the whole world should know me. Everybody has to know me. Like, look at Trump. He'll do anything for people to know, right? I mean, people who are in that area of, social limelight, they are also unconsciously or consciously driven by this need for significance, for contribution, both, right? They also want to create an impact into the world, but at the same time their need for significance is way higher than somebody who's actually, say, my need for significance is, in a degree, if we are comparing, his is 90,
Yeah.
mine is 40. So I'm happy contributing in my own circle. I'm happy contributing where I live, creating an impact into 100 people, maybe, okay, that's fine with me. Some people always go up. I've seen so many times on LinkedIn, people saying, I want to make an impact into 1 million lives, 1
Yeah.
million smiles, and things like that. So their need, each one is fulfilling each need in different degrees in their own
Okay.
unique way.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Now, what I like to know, is we try to understand each other and others. How can understanding the need help us recognize? For example, if I saw, like, my husband say something, like, how can it be like tips? What is to behavior with need? Can you give us some of them to easy to connect so we remember? This is it. Like you told me about the woman with the security and having to have this and so on. Can you give
Yes.
us some of them to
Yes.
be easy to recognize?
So, since you spoke about partners and you spoke about how do I recognize this need in my husband or something, I'll just give you an example to that. Now, there are times when we put our foot down as women and say, no, this is a decision that I think is good for us, and this is how we should do things, right? We're making sure that our need for significance to be seen, to be heard, is being met, and I make the final decision. So I'm fulfilling my need for significance based on the knowledge and experience of things that I may have got. Okay. And if my partner agrees, my need for love and connection also is met. Okay. And we find uh, a moment of strong peace, joy, and everything is fine. The minute they disagree, okay, and I have a strong opinion on a certain thing, my need for significance is not met.
Mm,
Okay, and that's when I feel the state being disturbed. I don't like it. So
Yeah.
with that awareness, I know, okay, this is my need for, like the saboteurs in us, right? So this is a need which is not being
Yeah.
met. What else? How can I look at it differently,
Yeah. All
right?
right. So this
It
is significance, connection. Can you give us a few more examples how people behave or how we behave to understand?
Yeah,
Uh,
sometimes uh, okay, let's say, for example, when I want to cook a special meal for my child as a mom, as a mother, that's also my way of fulfilling my love and connection, because I want to give them happiness. I know that that meal will provide them some joy, and they will love me. So I'm fulfilling my need for love and connection. When we go out to a restaurant and try different cuisines, different food, that's a way of fulfilling variety. Doing different activities with your family or in your business, trying new approach, new different ways of doing things, they're all needs, fulfilling need of variety.
yeah. Yeah, wonderful. All right. Now, because you described me earlier how I'm certainty and I like to have things figured out, and this is what I'm doing. We have 4 more minutes. If you could tell me, is there a way that we could have the list of needs and I put it on the wall and I say, here is contribution, here is significance, here is variety. And then I write some actions or things that I will do throughout the day or throughout the week to make sure these needs are met. Is this something that one would do?
I mean, that's what I help my clients do.
Ah,
When a certain need is not met, how else can you meet it within you? So, first is bringing to awareness that these are the six basic needs. Everybody has them. How much of each do I need? And how am I fulfilling them? Now, whether it is helping me or not, see, I may have a high need of significance, but I'm using it in the wrong place by getting upset all the time, not understanding what other people are saying because my need for significance is high, but it's not helping me, right? And that's where, we help them understand that, look, this is your need for significance. Now, how can you, within yourself, fulfill that need so that you don't need it from outside so much?
yeah, I love that within yourself because we are only responsible or we can only do it for ourselves. We can
Yeah,
depend on others to fulfill our needs. Yeah, I love
like
that
we
what
said
you
all
do.
the time, there are certain things which are in our control and certain which are beyond our control. So what's in our control is to try and fulfill all of these needs within. Like, for example, if you are a person driven by certainty, at least making sure that you have a morning routine where every morning you get up at a specific time, follow a specific mindfulness routine for yourself. That way you're building more love and connection within yourself, spending time with yourself, and you're fulfilling that need of certainty that no matter where I may be in the world today, whether I'm in Dubai or I'm in Adelaide, I know I get
With
up
the
at
house
5
full of people.
a.m. With a house full of people, I know I
Yeah,
can get up at 8, whatever, 5 a.m., 6 a.m.,
yeah,
7 a.m., whatever your time may be. And the first thing I do is I do my 5 minute of PQ
yeah,
or my meditation. That
yeah.
makes sure that my day starts on a note where I don't feel disturbed. Right.
I like
So
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's how we
wonderful.
learn to fulfill the needs within first, and then whatever we get from outside is a bonus.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Love that. Thank you, Namita. This was really insightful, really insightful. And
Thank
I
you.
wonder if anyone would like to know more about it. I'd love for you if you have any, anyone listen when we listen to it. If you have any question, to put it in the comment, and you're gonna respond to them, right?
Sure.
And if
I will.
anyone wants to find you and hear more about it or learn, how they can find you.
So they can reach out to me. I mean, through the Mumpreneurs group on the Facebook Live, I will share my link, and I'll leave my phone number. I'm also there on the Circle platform where they can reach out to me. I've already put in my portfolio there. Unfortunately, my Instagram account was hacked, so that right now I do not have, but I'm available on LinkedIn. And I do have my website, which is
Yeah.
themindfulmentoring.com. Anybody who wants to reach out,
Great.
please feel free.
Great.
Happy to help.
Thank you. Our this video will be streamlined on LinkedIn and will be on YouTube, so people from others will can reach out to you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
Thank
And anyone who has something that they would like to share, they think that it's helpful for the community in as women, as mothers and entrepreneurs, please reach out to me and we can have you as our next guest. And thank you, Namita, and we'll see you
you.
soon.
Bye bye. All the best to everybody.